Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you more or less a PSA. Don't buy these things. So yeah, I bought a product recently. It was bad. I'm not going to tell you about it, and how to fix it too, because it was I wasted $10 on these. Well, let me get to the ad. Buy the book. You get Cassie's Crossroads at authorhouse.com. Sorry, my ear's stuffing. Probably my ear. There we go. Oh my. And all that. And let's get on to it. So, I bought these. Whatchamacallit. Sledgefire shells. Off of eBay. 5 for $10. Thought it was a steal. Should have read the comments. Because that pretty much said everything. That this is not a good product. And all that. And let me find. Well, for one, look. If you look down it, you can still see that there's webbing in there. They're not cleaned out. I remember these things were cleaned out when I got them. And you can see it's essentially almost exactly the same thing as a regular Sledgefire shell. Except when you put them next together, it's shorter. Why is that? Well, look at the Sledgefire shell. Look at this bottom. This is flat. This is not. And we'll go to Sledgefire. Give me a second. So, this bottom and everything actually has a purpose on the Sledgefire. If you see, the Sledgefire has this outcropping for their thing. If it's perfectly on there, makes the airtight seal. This does not. Just sits on top. So, causes that problem. There's another problem it causes too, where something is wrong with how the Smart AR works on the Sledgefire with these things. That I still don't know what it is. It doesn't work on a modded one. If you have one that has the air restrictors removed, it works, but without it, it doesn't. So, and I assume it's how the indentations work. How you can see this one is like the hole is smaller and all that, but it's still somewhat designed to push in the air restrictors. So I think it's something like that. And this one doesn't have that because it's all flat and everything. So it doesn't want to feed the air properly, and there's no tight seal. So I did fix that originally, and I thought just removing the air restrictors, and that didn't work. One dart plopped out, but that didn't help. And then I thought, is this number 2? No, that's number 3. So then I realized about the whole air restrictor thing. I mean, the whole seal and everything, and I put a rubber band on it, and I glued it down. Kind of like how it looks on the bottom. And I didn't remove the air restrictors, but it did work a little bit okay on the blaster. I was like, okay, so I'm on the trail of getting this fixed properly. Number 3 is different in that I just thought, like, do I have to make the shape, or can I just glue it on the interior? And it worked the same. So you don't have to glue it like that. I suggest you glue it like this anyway. But just to see it. Also, you look, they're the same height now. Throw a man on it. And then I was like, okay, so we got that, and it removed the air restrictors, and now it works properly. It actually, no, not properly. Darts still just plop out. They don't shoot out. They just plop out. I'm going to go a little bit. But if you already have a modded Sledgefire without the air restrictors, it works fairly great. Probably a little bit too good, actually. It might actually outperform this and that. So I might actually test that, because if that's the case, like, we're already modifying our blasters, then it's perfectly fine to buy these in bulk, modify them as well. Which these things are a pain, because if you look, and I'm sorry about the lighting, I forgot to fix that. See that little square? That was me trying to pluck it out with pliers. So yeah, this is not a very structural thing. Just several problems with it. So yeah, just if you're gonna get these, or you already got them and you still haven't thrown them away, just do what I do. Remove the air restrictor, glue the rubber band. Okay? But let me show you something about it too. How do they work being placed in things? So I got number 3 right here. Fits perfectly fine with the rubber band. Comes out perfectly fine. It's not stuck in there. And I'm going to flip it over. It doesn't want to come out. And now let's try it the other way around. It will go all the way through. And that's another thing, because they are slightly thinner. So yeah, they're gonna go all the way through. They don't stay on, so you gotta put them in. You gotta put them in dart facing out. Another thing should be noted about these things is that how do they react to the being inside the Sledgefire? Well, let's grab number 5 right here, the one that is number 1. Place it inside. So it works perfectly fine. And you know what? I'm gonna load the dart into it. I should have brought some darts to show y'all, but it's not enough space for that experiment. And my cat's here, so I got a pair of darts right here. Oh, no, I got a third one right here too. So, load it up, show you. Fire it. My gun jammed. There you go. And let's pop it out. And see, it works perfectly fine. So it has the right dimensions to work, and you can see a dart plopped out of it. But let's put in one of these. And I'm going to show you the difference too. Since got these darts. So this is the one that just has the regular seal. No air restrictor removal. And again, I'm just using a stock one. I'm not using a modified Sledgefire. So, weird part is that it wants to not stay inside. It could be the side, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's the side. Some of these sides don't want to stay inside. Close it up. I'm going to fire it up by ow. Nothing. But dart did plop out, and it's stuck in there, as you can see. So something causes it to stuck with the rubber band, and I think it's just the grip. So I want to keep that in mind. Yeah, see, it sort of pushed them out. So see, the problem's starting to get solved. But let's go with the one without the air restrictors in it. Show off how that one works. So here we go. Let's click it. This should be good. See ya. pops out. Now I gotta shoot it. Ooh, it didn't work this time. It just barely plopped them out. That's interesting. Because it worked last time, but only... There we go. And it even popped out properly, too. So it worked last time, but now it didn't. And it's not the blaster. I'll show you the regular one. See? Not the blaster. But it does work on the Sledgefire without the air restrictors, because I've already tried that. I don't know where I put it at the moment. Give me a second. Okay, so here it is. As you can see, it has no air restrictors. We're just going to test it on the one, this one. See, still keeps the seal. Fire it. There you go. Works perfectly fine. So these are great with a little bit more modding. If you already have a modded Sledgefire, but if you don't, they're pretty terrible. And I think like a product that does that, because again, I bought these. I wasn't too positive about these, but I do admit that these still did the job. They still do a pretty good job and all that. And in comparison, it's like, I'd rather spend twice as much for less. This or just the regular Sledgefire darts, wherever I put the darn thing. Where'd it go? Find it a little later. So yeah, I would rather buy these ones or the regular one. To get 2 for $15 isn't a good deal at all for shells, but at least I know they work. At least I could take out the freaking air restrictor out of the shells. I wouldn't recommend it though. I recommend you keep your shells proper and all that. But yeah, so this has been my PSA and my scientific endeavor into fixing these things for y'all. Whoever used your money, wasted it on these things. And if you guys are like, you know what, this works. You could handle this and all that. You got plenty of rubber bands and a Dremel and all that. I did that by hand. I did the sanding by hand. Okay, keep that in mind, guys. You get the stuff needed, and if the guy who like freaking made these things is like, hey, fix your stuff, okay? Because that was a really good deal, and it just sounded to me that it's a scam. It is a scam. But anyway, so that's my PSA. Well, thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye bye.